Hey, hello everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, we're here for the third episode in the mini-series that we're running for this week, which is entitled My 5 Favorite Led Zeppelin Albums. I've got some categories. I'm sticking with the same 5 categories throughout, plus some honorable stuff that I will mention so we can cover the entire album. And basically, that's what we're doing. So I've picked 5 Led Zeppelin albums. These are not in the order that I like them or in chronological order or alphabetically or any of that stuff. I simply rolled dice and the highest numbers went first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So the album that rolled the third highest dice, I guess, is this one, Led Zeppelin 2. This was probably my second Led Zeppelin album behind In Through the Outdoor. It was the first Led Zeppelin song I was ever familiar with or ever listened to was Whole Lotta Love, and it's on this album. So this was the door that opened Led Zeppelin wide open for me. So this album, of course, came out in 1969. So it was also on my list of on decades this week, which featured it as one of the top 10 albums of the 1960s for me. So it's appropriate that it's getting double duty this week, right? So, with this album, like I said, it's been in my repertoire. This particular CD I've had for, I'm going to say close to 40 years now. It's still not in bad shape it's still in pretty damn good shape. Actually, you know what? I just remembered. I bought Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 2 was inside, and I took that disc and put it in here and put my other Led Zeppelin and got rid of it because it was really badly mauled. So there's the truth. That's what really happened. And then I had to go and buy another Led Zeppelin 1 because obviously I didn't have it. So anyways, that's what happened. So my favorite song on this album is Ramble On. It's been my favorite song on this album since I got it. It's probably my favorite Led Zeppelin song still. I still think it's my favorite. I love lots of parts about it. So the best vocal part, I think, is on Bring It On Home because he does a different style to his voice on this, which really sounds kind of different and cool. I really like the sound of it. It really gives it a real heavy bluesy feel, and that's why I think this song, Bring It On Home, which I didn't really initially like when I got the album, has now become one of my favorites on the album. And it's a lot to do with this vocal part, which I think is actually fantastic. Favorite guitar solo comes off of Ramble On. It wasn't going to be, it's that slow, melodic, eerie solo that then picks up and becomes an up-tempo solo. You know, if you've listened to it, you know what I'm talking about. It's an absolutely killer solo. It's not like some incredible piece. It's just the way he put it together was fantastic. My favorite bass part, of course, comes from the Lemon song. I love the bass in that, but there's lots of heavy bass. This is one of the better Led Zeppelin albums for the bass. Just absolutely killer here. I really love that heavy bass on the Lemon song. So my favorite drum fill is that melodic drum fill that is also on Ramble On, and when as the song gets heavier, that the fill gets better and picks up speed and is different than the original kind of melodic drumming that's going on, but it picks up and makes some really fantastic fills, I think. So those are my favorites from the album. But also this album is just proliferated with lots of different great instrumentation and some great vocals, lots of interesting sounds and soundscape here. So slow hand guitar solo that is in what is and what should never be. Absolutely like that as well. Vocals, the vocal performance on Whole Lotta Love, I think, is exceptional. The bass opening on Bring It On Home is also really good. The drum fills on the Lemon song, already said that about the bass fills on that, but the drum fills are also equally as good. I like the heavy bass fills on Ramble On as well. But I did mention that earlier as well. I love the guitar bits and the solo in Thank You. It's not like super strong, but it's just really good. Of course, Heartbreaker, you have that classical kind of sound that they do. Every time I hear this song, it reminds me of What You're Doing from Rush. Very similar songs. I think they're both really good. The solo on Heartbreaker is also pretty good, along with the riff, which is also strong. And the drum fills on Living Loving Maid, excellent. The drum parts on Bring It On Home are also excellent. Yeah, this album has lots to offer. If you're young and new and you don't know much about Zeppelin, this is a good one. I mean, the production's not that great, and there's kind of a murky sound to the album. It's kind of, but some people think of it as being raw. Raw is a good way of describing this album too. So fantastic. Led Zeppelin put out another fantastic album when they did this. So there you have it. Those are my categories for Led Zeppelin 2, which is episode 3 of my 5 favorite Led Zeppelin albums. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This one will come out tomorrow morning, of course, which is Friday. And please hit the like and subscribe button. That is important and important to me, and much appreciated as well. Any comments about this album or any of the Zeppelin albums, or Zeppelin or Hole, or anything I've said, you can put that in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and we will be back with episode 4 for Saturday. Sorry, I drew a blank there. It just went completely out of my mind. Anyways, have yourself a good night, and we will see you then tomorrow morning with this episode. Goodbye.